Of course, you graduated during the worst job market ever.
Thousands of workers in the industry who find themselves unemployed.
It is Amazon doing another round of layoffs.
Mark Zuckerberg's year of efficiency, another round of sweeping layoffs and job cuts.
Media is making this big deal that nobody's getting jobs and people are jobless and this and that. But there are people who are getting jobs.
Yes.
And I want to understand what exactly are they doing so that they are getting jobs.
Well, to the students who are coming new, not to get disheartened by this job market. Everyone is different here. Everyone comes with different capabilities, and every failure is a lesson. I also used to 1 to 2 days I used to regret, okay, what missed in the last interview, but the next day I was up, okay, what next?
Like, did you end up getting the well-logged position that you are at? Is that through referrals or was it through online application?
So that was not even through application. A recruiter reached out to me through my LinkedIn profile. Like, they liked my profile. Yeah.
Before you watch this, I want to quickly say that most people underutilize LinkedIn. They don't understand the power of LinkedIn and how to leverage LinkedIn to get jobs. I have built an ultimate course. It's going to teach you everything from optimizing your profile, getting sourced by a recruiter on LinkedIn. There are live examples, and also how to use LinkedIn and leverage LinkedIn to create the job opportunity that didn't even exist. You didn't even know that it existed. Let me give you a quick sneak peek, and I will tell you that more than 350 students have joined this course and they are loving it. And you can see everything from setting your profile, networking, search techniques, job hunting technique, and like live examples where I'm actually reaching out to people and doing cold networking, etc. You'll also get free plugin, premium plugin for H1B and OPT and all of that. So I highly recommend you check out. Link will be in the description. Thank you, Kirti, for doing this. Really means a lot. I am so excited. First of all, like when I reached out to you, I was just impressed by your journey. So I'm excited to tell your story and journey. But before we get started, let's do a quick intro. When did you come to United States? Where are you from in India? Like what did you do in United States? What do you do right now?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Yudi, for giving me this wonderful opportunity for the podcast here. I love to share my journey after coming to United States. So I am from Chandigarh, India, and I came here in March 2022 for my master's in project management from Northeastern University. And the main areas where my focus was in agile project management and leading and managing technical projects. So I always wanted to pursue masters, and back in India, I have 6 years of work experience, and I wanted to explore more in this field. And also, my husband joined me. He pursued his masters in computer science, so we both came together after marriage. And
Nice.
yeah, so yeah, it
Yeah,
has
and
been. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
sorry, and you are now a project manager.
Yes, I'm currently a project manager working for a digital healthcare company, WellDoc, and I recently joined this role about 4 months back, starting January. And
Nice.
it's yes,
Nice. I love it. There is just so many angles this podcast could go, but what I'm gonna say is like I know we're gonna film multiple podcasts because you
sure.
just have so much wealth of information, and I want people to like learn from you. Uh, your master's journey in itself is a very interesting one, and I almost felt like, oh, we should just record that because you have a twin sister who's also in United States. You
Yes.
came with your husband. It's just like I'm so like curious to know like how that all thing worked. But today we'll focus on job hunting and strategy for project management. And so like if I can take you back, you obviously had 6 years of experience, and if I can take you back in when you were doing masters in project management in NEU, what when was this time frame? Like, what was this time frame?
So my master started in January. I came 2 months late because it was some family function in India. So I
Hmm.
took that exception and they agreed. So I started my master's online. I came here
Hmm.
in March. My master course started on 10th of Jan, and I
Hmm.
came here. I landed on 27th of March 2022, and I joined Silicon Valley campus for Northeastern initially. The main
Hmm.
Yes, the
Mm,
main campus is Boston, but project management is offered across satellite campuses, and there are a lot many campuses for Northeastern nowadays.
mm.
And so I started there, and yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And you graduated when?
I graduated in September 2023. Yeah,
Okay,
last year.
cool.
Yes,
So,
yes,
of course, you graduated during the worst job market ever,
yes,
and yet you have a job offer, which that is what I want to like explore. Like, what did you do during this time? That there are many people who are saying, and media is making this big deal that nobody's getting jobs and people are jobless and this and that. But there are people who are getting jobs,
yes.
and I want to understand what exactly are they doing so that they are getting jobs. So that's kind of what we're going to explore. What you're going to watch is an amazing story, but before you watch that, I just want to quickly say that all of these story, I compile the key insights from these stories and all the podcasts that I do, and I put this in my free exclusive newsletter community. Every week more than 16,000 people receive my newsletter and they love it. And here are some of the examples. You can see this was a podcast on George Mason universities, and you can see how to network and 10% cold emailing, powerful LinkedIn techniques, and so on and so forth. So if you're interested in becoming part of this exclusive newsletter community, absolutely free. Link is in the description, or you can go to udj.com/newsletter. Did you have any co-op while?
Yes, I got a co-op initially. So I when once I came to US as a student, I always wanted to attain this internship so that I can get more exposure, because work culture in India and US is different. I
Hmm,
wanted to explore companies here and understand like what is the way of working here. My sister always used to praise, "Oh my God, once you come to US, you'll understand. You like working here," and she loves her job. So I
hmm,
always wanted to have that experience in hand
hmm,
after coming to US. So since the day I landed, I started in the line of immigration only, Yudi. I started talking to people, making new connections. I'm an extrovert
wow.
person, and
No, of
yeah,
course you are.
yeah. So I always wanted to understand and get, okay, how you got this scenario. So I
Hmm,
landed on San Francisco, in San Francisco airport, and
hmm,
then. People from San Jose were there. Like I started talking to more Indian and made connections there, and tried to understand, just having an interaction. Okay, where did you work? Can we exchange numbers? And just going over
hmm.
and making a
Like
LinkedIn
started to
connection with them.
yeah, building
Yes, build that
relationships.
relationship. Yes.
Yeah, got it.
So yeah. My internship, I was applying through LinkedIn, and also I was going to the company's website. So there are, I would suggest, so nowadays my strategy was like, there are multiple jobs, and we cannot be one fit for all strategy. Like,
Hmm,
if you like a job, if you like a company, suppose I got my dream job. Okay, this role I want to achieve, I want to get in. Then I used to tune my resume, and I used to reach out the people of those companies for referrals, and I
hmm,
used to write the cover letters. And my main focus was to hit the keywords in JD, like whatever
hmm,
major keywords I used to get. Like, for example, a JD requires, suppose, MS project experience, or
hmm.
I used to understand the crux of JD. Okay, this is main which is required, and since I was
And for
applying,
people who,
yeah,
sorry, people who don't know, JD is job
job
description.
description, yes.
Yeah.
So understanding the crux of JD, and since I am coming with experience, my resume should show the impact I'm creating for an organization. So I used to make sure that I'm quantifying those in numbers. Okay, this is what is expected out of me, and I can showcase that impact in my resume, and highlighting my experience in the top. That can be in the summary as well, in the top.
Hmm,
And
hmm,
for example, if the role is for program management, I used to apply for TPM related roles. And also I was like, I used to apply for BA roles and release train engineer, scrum master. So there were the
hmm,
huge variety of roles where I applied. And
hmm.
yeah, definitely there were rejects, but we need to decide wisely and
Yeah. Yeah.
see
Yeah.
which job is fit for us. Yes.
Nice. I think you are a truly project manager because like you are like, I'm gonna go straight right into the task. And versus a lot of people like take time to like warm up and then go into this conversation. So I'm gonna bring you back a little bit.
Sure.
So co-op. again, you landed March-ish, so you were a spring student,
Yes.
and you were looking for fall co-op or spring co-op.
So I was not allowed to do fall co-op. There is a certain restriction in my
Right, 9
university.
months. Yeah.
Yes, 9 months restriction. And then I started my co-op in January starting.
Okay,
So
so
yes.
for that January co-op, when did you like started applying? I know you said like you were on the airport and in the port of immigration line, you were like
That
starting
is
to
just
network. Before you watch this, I just want to say that if you're planning to come to United States, you have to crack F1 visa interview, and that is going to be the most important interview of your life because that can change your life. And guess what? Many students get rejected because they don't understand what visa officers are thinking and how are they making that decision. To solve this problem, I made the ultimate F1 visa course with a visa officer who served in Mumbai consulate and Delhi consulate for 5 years. She approved and denied more than 40,000 visas. So she knows and understands how visa officer is thinking, what they think about approving and denying. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. Here's what our course look like, and it is comprehensive. Each sessions are like long. There is DS 160, entirely step-by-step process, preparing what do you have to do day before, day during, what to say, what not to say, what to wear, documents you need to take, what to expect at the interview, what is the successful criteria, if you had refusal, how to overcome that, what are the most common questions, how to answer finance related questions, mock interview, and bonus guides as well. Trust me, this is the most comprehensive F1 visa course that you will ever need to watch. So if you're interested, link is in the description. And now I'll let you enjoy the video. And once you landed and once you were in the like Silicon Valley, when were you like, was it on the day one you were like, I'm gonna start?
No, like
No.
not on
Okay.
the day one, I would say, but I completed my course. I started in summer for
Hmm.
applying. Since I knew I cannot do internship in summer, I started applying in summer for my
Hmm.
winter. Since I can start in January, January has less openings, I would say, in comparison to summer. So initially, I got disappointed. Okay, why I cannot do in
Hmm.
summer? But this
Hmm.
rule which we have is as
Is
like
there?
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we could do that CPT from January onwards. That is the co-op. So I did it. I got it for about from Jan. I got it for 12 months, but I reduced it to 6 months because I
Hmm.
thought I will land up in a full-time job opportunity, which is a different story altogether. Yeah.
Hmm.
But then,
Wait, but
yeah.
like, so why? So that is so interesting because most people would choose 12 months over 6 months because they would make more money. Uh, in your case, I understand because you had 6 months, 6 years of experience. But so it sounds like you were confident that after 6 months, I'm pretty confident I'm gonna end up having
Yes.
a job.
Yes,
But
I was confident, and I also thought I'll complete my master's early in
hmm,
September and then I can go for my full-time job. But
hmm,
yeah, there was a struggle after September once I got my degree. So yeah, for 4 months, and then in January I
hmm.
landed up in a
Do
full-time
you
job.
do you now looking back regret, or you feel like I wish I would have just like, obviously you now have a job, but
Uh,
regret is the wrong
yeah,
word,
one day
but
I
do
was
you?
discussing. Yeah, one day I was discussing with my husband, like I should have taken that till December, and then in January I got a full time job. But there was a great learning
Hmm.
which I had in that 4 months. So I would say
What
no.
were some of the learnings
Like
when this is your
learning
struggle
as in,
period, right?
yeah, struggle period. And full day I had, there was like my internship was not there. I completed my masters. So I used to understand on different aspects what more I can achieve, like
Hmm.
while coming to preparation for the interviews. I had set up my routine. Okay, this is how I'm going to approach this job market. And I would say, you know I used to get multiple interview calls, multiple rejections as well. I would say to the people, to the students who are coming new, not to get disheartened by this job market. Everyone is different here, everyone comes with different capabilities, and every failure is a lesson. I also used to, 1 to 2 days, I used to regret, okay, why I what missed in the last interview. But the next day I was up, okay, what next I can
Hmm.
achieve. So
Hmm.
yeah, and
Hmm.
be in touch. I would say don't stress won't help.
Hmm.
It'll just
Yeah.
impact
Yeah.
our body. Yeah.
Okay. Summer is when you started to apply, and
Yes.
then January, like you were allowed to not do fall co-op. NU Boston has two co-op programs for people who don't know, fall co-op and then spring co-op. And
Yes.
of course, for spring students, they can't do fall co-op because it's less than 9 months. You can only do spring co-op, or you can do fall co-op if you haven't graduated the next fall co-op. Of course, you didn't want it to get there, so you started for spring co-op. You knew,
Yes.
you kind of like felt like, okay, the opportunities are very less compared to fall, but there are opportunities. So with the NU specific, is this NU's portal where you apply for this co-op, or you are allowed to go all over the internet and find the jobs?
So yeah, NEO job portal is also there, but I didn't get much opportunities from there. No
Hmm.
certain specific interview calls. I would say I got opportunities when I applied through LinkedIn and specifically through company websites.
Interesting.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that helped me more. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people chooses Northeastern thinking they have this co-op program, and big, and somehow there's a mentality that because they have this co-op program, you they will help you get the job. But that's what
Eh,
my experience has been, that
mm-hmm.
most people in NU end up getting a co-op finding outside, just like a regular
Yes.
student.
Yes.
So would you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So in this case, you started looking in summer. So what were first few things you did to like start to apply in your case? Like, okay, I have to get, for example, you said you did online application, which is cold application. You also tried some referral model through referral. So we're gonna separate two of them. Let's stick to just online application for now, and that includes having a good online presence and a resume. So how did you build your resume, and what changes did you make?
Yes. So resume, as I initially told, like there were multiple jobs, few jobs which were my dream jobs. I used to tune my resume according to the job description, as I mentioned. So, I used this Flow CV for my resume. It helped a lot. This
What's
tool is
Flow
really good.
CV?
Flow CV is a tool which you can use for building the resume.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is very good. I can, like, we have few resume samples as well, and the
Hmm.
templates helped me. It's a free resume builder and career tool which we can use. Yeah,
Okay.
it really helped
Got it.
me to tune my resume, and we get those separate sections and we can prepare it well and accordingly, however
Hmm.
we want. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just looking at it, looks like it's pretty much like a teal resume as well. So like this is what you used.
Yes, this is what I used. Yeah.
Nice.
And
Okay. And then they have some templates, so you
templates.
use that. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think for people who don't know, there is also teal as well, like very similar. I think it's a little better because when I was reading through it, it does
Mm-hmm.
have like a lot of these fancy tools. So I'll put the link for both of them for people who are like listening to this. Cool. So you built your resume. What were the key things that you did in your resume? Like one was you looked at the job description. So did you like customize your resume for every single job that you were applying to?
No, since there are multiple jobs, I won't say I used to do it for every job. I used to do for specific jobs which were like I really wanted to go.
Hmm.
Like I really wanted to join my last organization on like that is a US based company. So I always used to auto tune my resume. Okay,
Hmm.
this is what I need to add. I need to go there again. So yeah, that was there.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I was very selective, I would say, in that, like, and decide
And
that.
so did you have like a list of companies, or
Yes.
how would you find jobs? How would you find these co-op opportunities? Like, was it just pretty much looking up online, or is it like you had like, okay, I'm gonna look at this list of companies and then go for it?
So yeah, I had a Excel prepared where I used to just had hundreds of companies in which I wanted to go, and I used to see LinkedIn. Okay, people are joining this company. I can also see jobs here. Or if I used to attend certain kind of events, I used to see, okay, you are working for SAP. Yeah, I can try a job there and try to get a referral after knowing that person. And so yeah, in so basically, here we can, if we go in preferences in LinkedIn, we can see job alerts. So you can see I have applied various alerts for project manager related jobs here. So we can always go
Mm.
and edit that alert, and whatever
Mm.
frequency we can select, like whether we want that alert daily, and we will get the notification or email, as well as we can put the frequency daily, weekly. So this is how I used
Mm.
to do it for my
Yeah, yeah.
internship. In my internship time, I used to edit these alerts, and now it'll just showcase me all the opportunities related to that. And when it comes to suppose I want to search for a project manager job, I would select I would just set an alert, just enable this. This is what I used to do. I used to enter project management. I wanted a job in Arlington, Virginia, so I've set that alert, and this alert
Mm.
is on, and it'll time send me on daily basis whenever we get this new job. And this helped me a lot to understand, okay, I can apply here today. And yeah,
And
so that
and
that
looks like
is
you
for.
also create like
Mhm.
a 25 miles. So that's because it's closer to your area.
Yes, I did that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Nice.
So
Cool.
we
While
can
you are,
always have this company selection, whatever company you want to apply to, and any dream companies you can select, and you will get the alert for that company whenever there is a new job we can create. For me, my dream company is Akamai. So I used to always search
wow,
jobs here. So
why
right now, yeah, I
why
have worked
Akamai?
there. I have worked there
Acha, okay.
previously. I just love
Got it.
the work culture there. I joined that company in pandemic, and it was amazing. So I really want
Mm.
to join that back. Yeah,
Mm. Got it.
someday.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got it. Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah.
You used to set this alerts.
Okay, so yeah, I just after my graduation, I reached out to this person for my for managerial roles. So this is how I reached out to him. Uh, like I was eagerly looking for full-time job opportunities in DC area, and I
Mm.
always wanted to prefer a firm that offers sponsorship. So I
Mm.
reached out to him, and I also saw there are a couple of Indians working for this firm. So this is how I reached out to him, and this person provided me referrals 2 to 3 times for this company. And yeah.
Mm. And so for your online application, it looks like you basically worked on your resume. You looked at job description, you found the keywords, you implemented those keywords in your resume, and then you would like apply based on the job alerts and keep going. How many job applications do you think you did and got an interview call? Do you remember?
So, yeah, for internships, I would say I used to did around more than 100 for sure for internships
Yeah.
when I landed up for an internship opportunity. But it was a direct apply, it was not through referral. I
Mm.
got that job, I applied through LinkedIn.
Mm.
And um, for the full-time jobs, I don't remember the count as of now, but yeah, more than 200, 300 applications, yes,
Right.
for sure.
And then
Yes.
how many interview calls do you feel like you got?
Mm, around around 8 I
Mm.
got. 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and so the reason I'm trying to ask this is because so people kind of have this expectation that it is normal and it is given that yes, you will have to apply to so many job
Yes.
positions and you will end up getting maybe, 2 to 8%, like in your case, like eight interview calls after applying to hundreds of jobs. So yeah, so don't be disheartened if you don't get interview calls, is what
Yes.
like message I'm trying to drive. Got it. Okay, so in your case you got it, you applied for your co-op position, you applied online, they liked it, and then they interviewed you and then you got it. What was the role? Is that the project management
So it
role?
was a role of a TPM, technical project manager there for Axiom. Uh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So I worked there for 6 months. Yes.
Nice. Okay. And then we ended up and started, like, you went back to the university, finished your masters, and now you are in the peak of your like recession. Job market is like really rough. what happened during that time, and like how was the job? Like, did you change your strategies during that time?
So, yes, I would say I started attending more networking events around me. So there is a
Hmm.
new Amazon office near to my place in
Hmm.
Arlington. I used to
Hmm.
go to the AWS center, attended workshops. I did couple of trainings. Like wanted
Hmm.
myself to be on top of things, like be updated. I did some cloud related certifications so
Hmm.
that I can get that edge
Hmm.
in my resume, and some
Hmm.
companies had those requirements. So I think I started attending more and more events and meeting more and more people to understand and get my resume as well reviewed time to time from the
Hmm.
people who work in my area, like the technical projects managers, program managers, and get their feedback. So that and I think that helped me a lot, updating that
Hmm.
on timely basis.
Hmm. Yeah,
That yeah.
I have two questions. One is, you mentioned you upskilled yourself because you realized that you need to upskill in terms of, like, industry standards, and some companies require it. What are some of the things that you did, and you feel like people who might be right now watching from their home country or India and wanting to come, this is their time to like work on these certifications or courses. What
Yes.
are some of those things that you would recommend that they should do if they want to become project manager?
Yes. So, firstly, in order to become project managers, just start going through the basics. Understand like what a project is, how. Just consider little things. Okay, do you enjoy doing such things? Do you like collaborating with people? Do
Mm,
you like building relationships? Do you like making sure like everything is aligned and everyone is on the same page? Just see your area of interest. I would suggest start going through the basic courses of Coursera. Like, I started with this Google PMP is a great course to start with, and I just
mm,
I audited that course initially for 7 days, just to understand how basics of project managements are, whether starting a project from initiation to completion. So I would recommend that's a great course for starters. And people who, sometimes I have seen many freshers joined with me in project management. They didn't have any previous experience, and now they have landed in good jobs as well, in spite of not having that experience in previous. So they started with certifications like CAPM, certified associate in project management. I would say that's also a great start, and I don't
mm,
think that requires any years of prior experience to come into to start your career in project management.
mm,
So that is also one thing. And for certifications like PMP and PMI ACP, we need experience, like about 3 years of
mm.
experience in the
Yeah,
industry.
yeah.
And we need to get those approvals from PMI for that application. So yeah, I did those because I got that experience previously, which helped me in shortlisting of my resume, I would say. And
Mm,
of course, and it helped me. It helped me be more confident in interviews, I would say, after
yeah.
gaining those certifications. Yes. And
What about
uh,
CSM,
yes,
Certified
I was
Scrum
coming to
Master?
that. I
Oh,
was
okay.
coming to
Sorry.
that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, Yudi, I started with CSM. So in 2019, while I was working in Wipro as a software engineer developer, I wanted to explore agile way of working, because my
Mm,
projects was all agile in how I started my career. So yeah, this is I started with the 2 day training of CSM, which was really good just to understand on how things are. And now companies have moved. Organizations are also using SAFe. So getting a SAFe
mm,
certification is also good if your
mm.
project and company is using that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and even in US, I have seen there is a role for RTE, release train engineer,
Mm,
which is great. I would say it's kind of a senior scrum master, and I would like safe training definitely helped me to understand those aspects also, if you are interested in like coaching the people and
yeah.
understanding the
Yeah.
value of meetings. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was a I am certified Scrum Master. I also did advanced certified Scrum Master. I
Okay.
got the safe certification as well. Because I when I started my career, I started in project management. So I was
Yes.
heavily into agile, and my company at that time when I joined it, they didn't have agile. So I
Oh.
was the lead who had to change the company from waterfall to agile. So I
Okay.
had met with uh, R&D. We call it, instead of engineering, it was research and development, and that department director told me that he wants to implement agile, but no one was certified. So like,
We want.
you are certified, so like, can you like start the process? And then we did a beta with a small team, and then we did with a bigger team, and then we went like, we expanded to like safe. And so then I didn't know the safe part, like PI
Yeah.
plannings and all of that. So then I learned about this PI planning, because when I was doing my ACSM certification.
Okay.
So for people who don't know, CSM and ACSM, these are certification you have to go in person training. I
Yes.
think during COVID they came up with online version, but
Online.
now they're back with in person. um, and so when I went there, I met a lot of like these tech leaders, and they said like, along with that, people should also do safe. And I was like, what is
Yes.
safe? And that's when I got introduced to safe. And this is like 6 years ago. And then so I got certified in safe as well. And that is when I learned the term RTE, which is release train engineers,
Yes.
and the whole release cycle. And we did PI plannings and quarterly plannings and all of that. So it was amazing. So then from there I moved to product management, which is again whole another
Yes.
topic and all of that. But I do want to talk about the Google project management course. That did you end up taking that course? Did you finish it?
Yes, I did. I did take that course.
And
So
this
I
is
think
this is
for
the one, right?
yes, this is the one. And it is really good. I think most of the experienced people working in Google are teaching this course, and we get that familiarity on how
Hmm.
project managers work. And
Hmm.
I feel it was quite knowledgeable. And yeah, the
Nice. So
starters can go
people,
for it. Yes.
right, people who have zero idea what exactly happens, this could be a good course for
Yes.
most of the
Yes.
people. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. So you took some of these course. I would also add, and I'm guessing you've already done this, that taking these courses and certification is good. It's going to elevate your
You're
resume and your
yes.
profile. But when you get the projects, that is when like the storytelling will happen, because you need to actually implement it, all these projects that you take in the certification, because and that is what you will be able to put it in your resume and in your portfolio, and
Yes.
eventually lead into your interviews. So
Yes.
you did this, you went to a lot of conferences. What are some of these conferences?
Conferences, I would say I just went to this AWS training where
Hmm.
there was a couple of networking events that were hosted by Amazon for
Hmm.
the new campus, as well as many of the students here in Virginia also
Hmm.
attended those events. So that was in particular. Also, I attended one workshop which was with the company Intel that I
Hmm.
attended in San Jose.
Hmm.
And yeah, these were couple of events. And our college also used to have those internal events at times. So we used to have those alumni talks,
Hmm.
which also helped us to understand, okay, this is how we should approach uh, whenever in order to get good jobs, and what were their strategies. So that also helped me to keep myself updated in the job
Nice.
market. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So those were the things you did. You revamped your resume, got the upskilling part. Now comes the actual strategy part of like applying. Like when it comes to networking, like you got some referrals. You showed us like how you reached out to people, and some gave you referrals as well. What? How many? Like, did you end up getting the well dog position that you are at? Is that through referrals, or was it through
Mm.
online application?
So that was not even through application. A recruiter
Okay.
reached out to me through my LinkedIn profile. Like they
Oh,
liked my
wow.
profile. Yeah. They
Hmm.
liked my profile. They wanted a technical person to join the team, a technical manager to join the team. And this company is for digital healthcare. So they reached out to me for this role. And it was a 4 round interview process with that company. And I got in end of December,
Hmm.
and I landed up, I got the offer letter on 4th of Jan, and I joined on 18th of Jan. So
Hmm.
the process was pretty quick, and the recruiter found my profile over the LinkedIn, and I was not aware about this company. And after he asked me to apply once he has sent me over the LinkedIn. So it was a third party recruiter who reached out to me for this role. Yes,
Got it.
yes.
Okay, so obviously you did something amazing in your LinkedIn profile that it was optimized enough for them to like find you. There's a whole team and people and staffing agencies. It's called talent sourcing, and so they sourced you from the LinkedIn to hire for this company, which is amazing. Yeah, I'm assuming you changed the banner before
Yes.
that. Like, what was it before?
So before it was Northeastern University, since I
Nice.
came to
Okay.
US. So yeah, before that,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
love the like you have all the nice heading, which is very search friendly, have the keywords. And then what I like is you have, I mean, your about is obviously straightforward to the point. You're a technical consultant, turned TPM, 7 years industry, and all the keywords. And then you have these feature section where you have all this fancy PMP certification and PMI certification and scale agile and all of the fun stuff. And then you are pretty active, looks like it. And then experience, you have some experience as well, which clearly shows that you are into project management. And then yeah, cool. Anything that you feel like people should do, like when they are ramping up their LinkedIn profile?
So I would say, like, highlight about yourself in a very brief manner, like which domains you want to work for, and if you have applied to a particular company and you want that skill to be part of your LinkedIn, you can quickly add that and just showcase it properly. And before getting an interview call, just make yourself updated. Okay, this is what you are working on, and this is what you want to achieve out of this interview. So I would say updating LinkedIn time to time is very important. Also, for while filling the applications, I used to use this simplify autofill, which used to fill the applications fast, and
Mm,
that helped me filling the forms very quickly.
mm.
And
Were
yeah.
you watching it when it was happening, or you were like, let it just do its thing?
No, no, I used to watch it, like, okay, it's
You
happening.
were
Yeah, yeah.
reviewing. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
reviewing
got.
it. Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, for people
Yeah.
who don't know, there is a tool called Simplify, and same Teal also has this autofill job applications. Basically, they you can fill out your information once, and then the tool will fill out those information for the repeated questions, and then you can review it. Yeah.
And also, one more advice I wanted to give, like regarding the JD, I also used this generative AI. I
Mm,
used to give the JD and my resume to generative AI, and I used to ask, like maybe ChatGPT, Claude, or any tool which you want to use. So I used to ask them, like, you can tell my strength and weaknesses according to this JD and resume. So that helped
mm,
me to compare it
mm.
and get to know,
Yeah.
like, which is how I can improve my resume. So yeah, that
Yeah.
I used couple of
Yeah,
times.
yeah, that's awesome. And I love that you use the manual approach of like took the job description, took your
Yes.
resume, like compare it, and the tool, like again, this is for people who are watching this to make their life much easier. Here is a quick thing that you can see. So this is Teal Resume Builder. Again, not promoting them. This is not sponsored by by them, but it's if you see this is my resume, and if I click on matching, it'll tell me what's matching, and then it will also tell me the job description, what are the keywords, what are the soft skills, what are the emphasis words. And then if you want to add anything, this is like super cool feature. You can click on add achievement, you can click on write with AI, and see, it will write it for you. This is random, but you can click on customize AI, and then you can say click on job description, and then what it does is it copy paste the entire requirement. So it say over here, this one says help drive strategy. This is one of the line in the job description, so I want to write a line item, which is what you were doing, right? So now
Yes.
I can say okay, apply, and boom, like it's now going to create this accomplishment, led a competitive research resulting in 15% in a market share for a product portfolio, or so and so. And you can pick one of them, and so it's super cool, and it obviously gives you the matching percentage. And once you keep adding them, it will match to 100%. I love this tool, and like, again, not sponsored, but I wanted to, because you brought up the point. I was like, oh, this is a good time to show people like this is a tool available where they can save a lot of time.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, so in your case, you got sourced by WellDoc for this position. What about the other, like, interview calls? Was it any referral got converted into an interview?
Yes, I definitely got an interview opportunities through referrals, but that I didn't get the full job through that. So yeah, that happened. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
there,
got it.
and
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And let's walk through project management interview, because I feel I done my project management interview so long ago. And uh, anyway, so let's talk about like project management interview, which is what are the different rounds and what kind of things they ask you and test you on.
Sure. Most of the rounds are scenario-based questions are there in the interviews. Like it starts with the first round is a screening round with the hiring manager. Suppose I am going for a position with a particular team. They want these skills. So first round is a screening round with the hiring manager, which was about 1 hour. They used to ask me questions related to different kind of scenarios. Okay, have you handled these kind of situations before? Just to understand and get that information from my side, if I have that previous experience before. And Then answering those questions based on the challenges which I have faced throughout my career, giving them the like they want to understand it completely. Okay, if you were in this situation, how you are going to go about it.
Mm,
and
mm,
uh, and answering those behavioral questions in the star format is important to understand. Okay, this is how I'm approaching this question, and they are understanding. Okay, whether I can solve this problem. As project managers, I have to be a great problem solver, because
mm,
team has a lot many scenarios, and how I will approach that situation, the hiring
mm,
manager wants to understand that. So
mm,
I would say listening to the question, taking notes at that time, because sometimes we get nervous also, is very important. Okay, understanding. Okay, this is what the interview is expecting out of you. So I think that helped me a lot. And giving multiple interviews, even if I'm failing in certain interviews, that helped me learn for my next interview, and
mm.
I used to get better and better, I would say.
Mm,
Yes.
mm. What are some of the things you feel like you learned during the interview process?
So yeah, first of all, initially I thought sometimes I am answering the question very fast. Like
Mm,
I should listen that question properly. Okay, this is what is expected. Why I am elaborating, which is not being asked. So initially, I
mm,
used to face that challenge. I
mm,
would say, as a manager, also we should have that skill of listening it patiently. Okay, this is what you want to achieve, or how you are going about that problem, because sometimes we don't understand how our interview is going on, and we feel okay, everything is going on well, I answered it properly, why I got an reject.
mm,
But then
mm,
retrospecting myself, okay, this is what I did wrong. I think it's very
mm,
important. And I
mm.
would say getting a rejection is not bad, it's always a learning.
Yes.
I also used to regret after interviews, oh my god, why I got rejected. Sometimes it just after going till the last round, I used to get a reject.
Mm.
And
That's the
that's
worst feeling, like, because
that's the worst.
yeah, because you
Yeah.
made so much of effort. You kind of start visualizing and manifesting yourself being in that company, in
Yes,
that role.
yes.
And then all of a sudden you hear back that, oh, you're not going to get. How do you overcome that rejection
So
mentally, like
yes, I would say
philosophically?
interview is an emotion. So I used to attach myself as well at times. Okay,
Mm,
I wanted to
mm,
go in this company. Why?
mm,
Why? What happened suddenly? I feel I have all that required skill set which is required for this role. Still, I'm not able to make it. So
mm,
getting after that, I think working out helped me a lot. I
Working
used
out.
to,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I used to work out, take out that stress in the gym. I started it while I was in this job search phase. I would suggest all the students who are coming here, they should not give up on their routines and just stay close to your loved ones. And because
Mm,
mental health is really important in this phase,
mm,
and
mm,
don't compare. If your
mm.
friends, your peers are going down in the internships, they are getting their jobs, everyone is different. There is something better for you which you
Mm,
don't know right now. But
mm,
definitely, I would say whatever rejections I got, everything is making sense now to me. Okay, this
mm,
happened for because I had to get this. So
mm.
your best job, your dream job is there for you. And
Mm.
I'm, yeah,
Yeah.
don't give up on yourself ever. You are the one, you are different. That's why you are here. You are appearing for that interview. And I
Yeah.
would
Yeah. I
say
agree.
yes,
I love
yes,
it. I love you're like a motivational coach. I love that. Um, so in your first, so the you we talked about the first round of interview with hiring
yes,
manager. Of course, before that, there's a recruiter call always, and then
yes,
you move on to hiring manager, and it's all sounds like it was all behavioral question for you, at least for this kind of
yes,
positions. Uh, I would say like for technical project manager, technical program manager, there will be some technical questions because
yes,
when I was interviewing for TPM roles, I was asked a lot of API based questions because um, and maybe also my past, like I was an engineering manager, so kind of made sense. But um, so in your case, it was all behavioral questions. Did you
yes,
prepare like story bank? Like
yes, yes.
here are the stories I'm gonna say if they ask me for conflict, if they ask me for failures, if they ask me for success. Did you do that?
I did prepare stories. We should have those prepared in order to just see which story we can fit in which scenario, I would say. So we should have that prepared. And also, when coming to technical things, Yudi, that you mentioned, so I had few interviews which were related to technical stuff in which they
Mm.
asked me related to cybersecurity because my background was that.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
that completely depends upon your background. If you are from that domain, I would say that domain knowledge is important. What your project was doing, what kind of architecture was there, you should be aware
Mm.
about that knowledge.
Mm. Got
Yes.
it. Okay, cool. So in your case, hiring manager happened. What are some other rounds that
Yes.
happened?
So it was a hiring manager round. The second round was a panel interview. So that
Mm.
was with the director. I'm telling about the company which I'm working for
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah,
now.
sure.
That was
Yeah.
with the director and a senior project manager. So that was a
Mm.
panel round, which was for about 1 hour. In that, they wanted to understand my the work which I have done in my last companies, and
Mm.
how I have quantified my work, what percentage of amount I have
Mm.
achieved. Like, they wanted to know the numbers, and they were also telling me about the work the company does, and
Mm.
if I am suitable for that role or not. So again, and so they check that again and again, if I
Mm.
can do that, achieve that thing, giving me such scenarios. So whether it comes to quality, managing risks, and cost and scheduling, they just check all the aspects while they are interviewing me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Eh, I was gonna
yeah,
ask you like what's next. So it sounds like both the rounds in your case, like obviously behavioral, your past experiences, what you have done, some core project management questions like scheduling and budgeting and tools and all of that. And then like, was there any another round or that was it?
yes, I had the round with the CEO of the company as well
Oh
after
wow.
that.
Okay.
Yes,
Mm,
yes. It was a great experience having that round. So, yeah, I was nervous initially. Okay, I am talking to the CEO of the company. But, I was very comfortable throughout the entire conversation for the interview. And he even still, we are talking on daily basis, like while during my job as well. And we are talking about improvements since this is a mid-sized company. And so I think that's a different kind of learning experience which I got through the interview as well as now while working
mm,
for
mm,
Weldoc. So
mm.
yeah, that was the
Nice.
last and final round for this. Yes.
Nice. And then you get a call from recruiter
Yes,
saying
recruiter.
congratulations,
Yes.
or they might have sent you an email. But nice. Let's talk about money. And since you had two different experiences, like project management internship and the full-time project management, what kind of money project managers make? Do they even make money?
Yes, definitely. They do. I would say that would vary from company to company, Yudi. Like
Sure.
for a range for companies like the FANG companies, the range is totally different. I would say that
Mm,
starts from around 150 to
mm,
300K for FANG
mm,
companies for roles like TPM, and even product manager roles. And for mid-sized companies, I would say it's from 100K to 140K. That's what is the range for
mm,
mid-size. Yeah.
mm. Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
And of course, if you are in Bay Area, it's going to be different. If
It's
you are in New
different.
York, it's going to be different, and so
Yes.
on and so forth. Nice. Cool. Okay. Before we wrap up, and now that you have worked, you are working as a full-time project manager, you've done many interviews, and you also had a co-op. Like, what advices would you give to aspiring project managers who are planning to like get into the field of project management, and there are students and want to become a project manager? What would you tell them?
So I would like to give this advice. I would say just be yourself, understand your strengths. Project management is a different day. Every day is a new day. We get different set of challenges, new kind of learning on daily basis. So understanding your strength is really important, and then retrospecting it. Like, how can you
Mm,
improve that? Suppose your style is collaborating with the team. What better I can do? What new I can bring up? How I can bring innovation in this team,
mm,
making that and I would say motivating the team time to time and understanding these are your areas of strength. This is how you can achieve better interaction with the customers, better interaction with the clients, and creating that atmosphere around yourself is very important. And taking small steps, of course, if you are starting this journey as a project manager, as I suggested about that Coursera course, just see if that interests you. If you
mm,
want to become one, if you like if you like communicating, if you like talking, interacting, and making sure everyone is aligned, if you like to build that relationship with your clients, with your team on daily basis. Do you
mm,
like taking care of your team, like
mm,
making sure everyone is and having that empathy within you? I feel empathy as a manager is really important. And of course, that listening skills and patience on day to day basis. Every day is a new day, and taking things slowly is my advice
mm.
for this role.
Love it.
Yes.
I again, I love this. I can't wait to do another one where we talk about your student journey. But until our next one.
Keep smiling, keep hustling.